Welcome back to another Spurs Extra Time video. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe if you are a Spurs fan or if you just love football. And tomorrow is an absolutely huge day. We are in the relegation zone at the moment, and if we don't win tomorrow, we are still going to be in the relegation zone. Obviously, there is the potential for us to end up in 15th place if Leeds and Nottingham Forest both lose their games and we win. So there can be good sides tomorrow, and there can be bad sides. So I'm going to go into all of that today. So first of all, Roberto De Zerbi. It's his first ever game as Tottenham boss, and as we all know, he loves the possession-based attacking style of football, building out from the back. And so there are lots of important things to go along with that. Obviously, the keeper is going to be crucial tomorrow. Kinski is most likely to be in goal, as Vicario has been ruled out. And also, in recent interviews, De Zerbi has said that he wants to play like Ange Postecoglou, or he wants to have a similar style to Ange. And there are good things to that, and there are also some, I could say, downsides to that. Obviously, it's positive football. Like, you want the ball, you're building out from the back, you're slightly taking risks, which can pay off. But if they do go wrong, especially once you're in the relegation zone, it can kind of multiply the effects of that. And so if things do go wrong, then they're going to go very badly. But then again, De Zerbi knows what he's doing. He's a top-notch coach, and especially with the players we have, for example, Xavi Simons, we do have Berg, Val, and Gray being able to work that midfield. We have experienced defenders who should be able to play out from the back in theory, Romero and Van der Ven, with those fullbacks as well. And hopefully that can all go well in terms of the actual style we try to implement under De Zerbi. And speaking of Romero, as I just mentioned, De Zerbi recently in an interview has also said that Romero is probably our most important player, and that he's going to and that we need the best version of Romero. So basically, he's saying that we need to get Romero on his top form, and I completely agree. Obviously, that is a no-brainer, but recently, Romero himself, obviously our captain, and a lot of our team as well, haven't been showing enough fight to win games. They don't seem they've been caring enough. They almost don't seem to be trying. For Nottingham Forest's second goal, you guys might remember that Romero was simply walking back to the penalty box, leaving Morgan Gibbs-White open just to score. That's not trying. In the interview after that game, he was like, "Oh, I'm now going to give my 200% for these next 7 cup finals." Well, why didn't you do it then? So, we're trying to get the most out of the players we have, and that is great. We need to do that, and obviously that should be happening anyway, but it's very important that happens, especially now. As you all know, we've also had the very bad news that Kudus is going to be out for the rest of the season, which is a big hammer blow, considering we all thought he was going to be back in time for this game. And also, as we know, De Zerbi likes to play a 4-2-3-1, but the one thing I've suddenly thought is, well, if we don't actually have a right winger, who's going to go on the right side of that 3? Because let's say we have Bergval and Archie Gray in that 2 in midfield, and then in the central 3 we have Xavi Simons, on the left we have Tell. Who's going to go on the right? Like, Richarlison, I think, is going to be up top, because Roberto De Zerbi has spoken very highly of Richarlison. He says he likes his personality, he likes the way he plays, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm guessing Richarlison's going to play up top, but who's going to play on that right if we do stick with a 4-2-3-1? Because we don't actually have a right winger now. I mean, who? Gallagher? Sarr? Solanke? I mean, are we going to play a 2 up top instead? I don't actually know, and it is interesting to think about. But then again, it's also like, well, hang on a minute. It could actually be a bit of an issue as well. But of course, there's that. Also, as we know, there are going to be questions as to who's going to be playing fullbacks. If there is like a 4-2-3-1, is it going to be Udogie on the left and Porro on the right? Is it going to be Udogie on the left and Spence on the right? Is it going to be Spence on the left and Porro on the right? Personally, I'd quite like to see Udogie on the left and Porro on the right, but you guys might not agree with that. Let me know down below. So there is all these things to do with our team and with our coach, of course. And now we also do need to look at our opponent, Sunderland. They aren't having a fantastic season, but they're doing a lot better than us, of course. They recently lost to Port Vale in the FA Cup, but they have also just come off the back of a derby win against Newcastle at St James's Park, an absolutely massive win with a last-minute winner. They've also recently beaten Leeds. They drew to Bournemouth, who beat Arsenal today. And they're in 12th position, so they're completely clear of any sort of relegation threats, you would think. And so they are good, especially at home. At the Stadium of Light, the atmosphere there is ridiculous. I haven't been myself, but you can even hear it through the TV at the Stadium of Light. Everyone knows it's ridiculous. And it is going to be very difficult to win tomorrow because we're going out thinking, well, we are in the relegation zone. If we don't get 3 points, we're still in the relegation zone. And that's bad. I mean, obviously it's bad, but I mean, even though it is Sunderland, and they are having a decent season, we do also need to remember that we have got a new manager in, which is brilliant. We've got players who are competent. Yes, we have injuries, but we may as well try and make the best use of what we have. Obviously, for the last manager bounce that we did hope for, it went very badly against Arsenal, but De Zerbi, he did come out and say in a press conference that he isn't as good as Thomas Frank and Igor Tudor. If that is seriously the case, then yes, we are completely done for. But we all know he is better. He's just saying that to be respectful, to be humble. I mean, I hope he is, because otherwise, then we're done for. But I think he is better than them. So there is that. But football. It's a game of football. I mean, no one expected us to go to Anfield and get. Mind you, maybe they did. Maybe they did. But point is, we got a point at Anfield in the 90th minute with a relegation battle with Richarlison, who I think is going to be crucial tomorrow if he is starting, because we all know Richarlison has helped other teams out in relegation battles. He's already helped us out quite a bit this season, and it's going to be great to see how he gets on tomorrow. So there is that, but I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, this is what I'm going to say. But yeah, of course, because no one expected us to go to Anfield and get a point. So, we've only picked up 2 points since that draw at Burnley. 2-2, which we had ages ago. We only picked up 2 points since then. One draw against Manchester City and one draw against Liverpool. From all the teams we could have got points against, you probably wouldn't have picked out those two. So what I'm trying to say is that anything can happen tomorrow, especially with the new manager, third this season. Anything can happen. And I think with the way De Zerbi wants us to play, or the way that we can guess De Zerbi wants us to play, with the players that we have, the attacking players that we have, not the ones missing, we do have ones missing, Odebert, Kudus, etc. That is annoying, but we do have capable attacking players, as I've already said many times in recent videos. We've seen glimmers of greatness from Xavi Simons. We know what Tel can do. He was getting better and better each game. Richarlison scores goals. Solanke also scores goals. Archie Gray's been brilliant in recent games. Bergvall, same thing. On paper, our team is good. I just think the issue has been our players not showing enough. And that is a fact. Obviously, other teams do have better team sheets on paper than us as well. That's fine. But point is, they need to show fight. That's hopefully what De Zerbi's going to get out of them. And hopefully, the way De Zerbi wants to play is going to suit well with the team, because we have also had lots of news about De Zerbi's coaching, the players going home saying that it's the best coaching they've had in years. Brilliant. I mean, amazing, if you say so. Amazing. So hopefully that can transfer onto the pitch, because that's where it really counts. And I've kind of said everything I want to say in this video. I've gone through the players, both teams, the potential formation, the relegation status, the news. I think I've covered everything. But yeah, I just really, really hope, obviously, that we can get those 3 points tomorrow. It's ridiculously important, because we don't want to be below. Well, we don't want to be in the relegation zone and below West Ham and below Leeds and below Nottingham Forest and below everyone going into the final 6 games. So, we just have to hope for the best tomorrow and hope that De Zerbi can save us tomorrow with the circumstances we are in. So, yeah, that is going to be the video for today. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, come on, you Spurs.